Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's EGTV and it's Miguel, and I'm back again with another video. First, before we get started, I want every single one of you guys to check out my content and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be talking about everything Arsenal, everything that you need to know. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that subscribe button while you're here. But yeah, today we got ourselves some interesting stories, and let's get started. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Arteta thoughts about Jorginho and the Torreira rumors, in addition to some more of the conversation when it comes to the man himself, the man that we've been covering for the past few weeks, Houssem Aouar. So we're going to be talking about those two stories today, and we're going to be discussing them in depth. So before we get started, let's go to the main story. What everyone's been talking about today has been Jorginho and Arteta. And what's been happening with Jorginho and Arteta is Mikel Arteta refuses to rule out a move for Jorginho, the Chelsea midfielder, who back in 2018, when he was a Man City assistant manager, he was interested in signing Jorginho. And he sees Jorginho as a good fit at the Emirates. And he thinks that Jorginho would be a quality signing for Mikel Arteta. And who are we to judge Mikel Arteta? If he thinks Jorginho is a good signing, then we are probably going to sign Jorginho. This looks like something that could happen. The club are heavily interested in Mikel Arteta is heavily interested in Jorginho, and the Jorginho deal rumors have been confirmed by the Arsenal boss himself. Arsenal have been linked to the shock move of Jorginho this past week, and fans have not been that interested in signing him. Fans would rather go and sign somebody else. But Mikel Arteta has said he needs to strengthen that midfield area with Lucas Torreira and Matteo Guendouzi. Matteo Guendouzi and Lucas Torreira having their own issues at the club, especially Matteo Guendouzi. We look to be strengthening that midfield position. We've already brought in Dani Ceballos on loan from Real Madrid, but we are looking to get rid of Lucas Torreira. And one of the places that Lucas Torreira looks to be going, they have actually turned away from the Lucas Torreira deal. From Fabrizio Romano recently said that Torino have pulled out of the Lucas Torreira deal, and Atletico Madrid look to be now the favorites to sign him. It doesn't look like Lucas Torreira will any longer be going to Italy. It looks more likely that he will be staying in the Emirates or going to Atletico Madrid. And most likely Atletico Madrid would be his most likely destination. His most likely destination will be Atletico Madrid because he has had numerous conversations with Atletico Madrid, the Atletico Madrid board, and different members at Atletico. It's in addition to Diego Simeone. So Diego Simeone has identified Torreira as his ideal summer target, and he's looking at the midfielder to strengthen his midfield. And this could be the key to unlocking Thomas Partey at the Emirates. Lucas Torreira, it's looking more and more likely that he'll be going to Atletico Madrid, but more and more unlikely that Thomas Partey will be coming the other way. The club wants cash, Arsenal want to do a swap deal, and neither are budging. So as of right now, this debacle continues, and we just don't know when it's going to end. So we're just going to keep going and see where it ends and how it continues. But for now, what are we going to do? It doesn't look like we're going to get our man Thomas Partey. But what does look more likely is the Houssem Aouar deal. The Houssem Aouar deal looks more likely today because Arsenal have increased their bid from originally 36.5 million to now adding another 9 million in add-ons and making it 40 million from the original bid to now 40 million. And they're going to further add 9 million in add-ons, which is closer to the evaluation that you have at Lyon. But there is also a theory that Alexandre Lacazette is a key part in getting Houssem Aouar to the Emirates. They're thinking Alexandre Lacazette, being a former teammate of Houssem Aouar's, would be integral to swaying the man to the Emirates. And you know what? If this does happen, I think there is legs to it that Lacazette might be a big part of the deal, and he might have a big part in getting him to the Emirates. And I don't doubt that at all. Being a former teammate of his, understanding him and understanding that they played together, it does make sense that he's going to be integral to getting him to the Emirates. Now, the Lyon chief has spoken about Aouar and the Aouar bids. He has confirmed that Arsenal have put a bid forward for him and that they have had numerous conversations, but they are still far away from each other's valuations. Now, this has happened before. He's done this with the Arsenal when we were trying to get Alexandre Lacazette. One day he said Arsenal that Alexandre Lacazette looks like he'll be staying. The next day he changed. The valuation for Houssem Aouar has changed numerous times. It's gone from 60 million to 50 million and now closer to the 45 million mark. Soon we might be getting our man. Houssem Aouar might be joining sooner than later, and we can expect Lucas Torreira being one of those guys exiting the club. And in addition to that, today's rumor of Jorginho just seems to me another option that the club are taking. And you know what? Jorginho, the Italian midfielder, looks to be a decent option. And you know what? He seems to be misused at Chelsea and undervalued at Chelsea. In my opinion, he's a very, very good midfielder. And you know what? It takes some players some time to get adjusted. But he looked like at the end of last season, he looked like he was playing good at Chelsea. And he was in that profile of player. We have a similar player in Granit Xhaka. I'm not sure if he needs cover or if Jorginho would come right into our team and start right away. But it looks like we are heavily linked to him too. And you know what? I would be quite underwhelmed if we did get him. I've been talking about Houssem Aouar and Thomas Partey all summer. I'd rather get one of them two. But you know what? Things happen. And in Mikel Arteta, we trust. You guys already know Mikel Arteta is the guy that is going to lead us back to the promised lands. And with Arteta and his take on this, I believe in the man. And you know what? I trust him. And if anyone can get us out of this rut, it's going to be Mikel Arteta. And you know what, guys? Hopefully we can do this. And Mikel Arteta can improve his midfield, get the men he wants. And also, don't forget, Chelsea are trying to get Declan Rice. So that is probably another reason why we are being linked to Jorginho. Because once Declan Rice comes in, most likely Jorginho will have to surplus his requirements and they'll have to sell him to move him on. And there's been rumors about Conte, all sorts of other Chelsea players leaving. Most likely, if anyone's going to leave, it's going to be Jorginho. And you know what? If Arsenal take him, the question I have for you guys is, would you want him? You answer that question for me in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm out of here. I'll be doing another video later on. Stay tuned, stay locked, and you already know, EG Kid, and I'm out.